We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Boston Celtics come in for this one. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And David Aldridge will be on our sideline tonight reporting. You look at Dallas. Well, they didn't have the success they hoped for on their recent road trip, but now is the time to regroup for a win with the help of their tremendous fans.
And I think for Dallas, they've gotten off to the kind of start teams just dread. They've already dug a nice hole for themselves.
They do have the talent necessary to get it turned around quickly. They won't want to wait too much longer to do it, but they can still make it a productive season.
And before we get going, let's catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, who had a chance to speak with head coach Brad Stevens. David, what do you have to say?
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Long season ahead, but these early season games count just as much as the games in March and April.
Well, we have seen over the last couple years, Kevin, in both the Eastern and Western Conference that sometimes it's a game or two separating whether or not you have home court advantage in the playoffs. The games matter in late October and early November, and the good teams understand that.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Celtics. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Horford is out there with Johnson. And it's Smart in at the three.
And it had been something that had been talked about in the past via trade, but Al Horford joined Boston in the offseason via free agency. It was the fit that he wanted team-wise, and Horford was ready for a new challenge. So great fit with this roster and the city of Boston.
And Al Horford got a max deal to come to the Boston Celtics, GA. He's on the wrong side of 30, but when you look at his game, his all-star resume, you don't see a real sharp decline coming.
Great point, Kevin, and that's why the Celtics were willing to give Horford the contract they gave him. It was one of the bigger free agent names on the market. You knew that the Celtics would want to make a splash in free agency, and he was their guy.
I think the Mavericks, you look at the changing supporting cast around Dirk Nowitzki year after year. They've tried to find the right blend since their 2011 title. I mean, they've been consistently good, make no mistake, but never reaching that level of greatness.
And Matthews kicks to Barea. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Barea's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And the Mavericks aggressively going after other superstar free agents to pair with Nowitzki over the years. Doris, they just struck out.
Well, Kevin, most recently, obviously, the DeAndre Jordan saga, where they thought they'd signed arguably the best center in the league. And it's hard to say why they haven't been able to get other stars. You know, Dirk's certainly a guy you'd want to play with.
And the shot goes in. Bradley's got his first 2 points of the night. On defense, the Celtics. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backcourt.
There's no doubt. They won the battle of second chance opportunities. That led to extra points, and that was one of the deciding factors in the outcome.
Here's Horford. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Horford kicks to Thomas. A three from Bradley. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Bradley's got his second bucket of the night.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
And he's one of those guys who can step up and be a big-time contributor on certain nights. We'll see if that three gets him going.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. 1:19 left to play here in the first. Pass to Barea. On the wing, Barnes. Shot clock at 3. Three-pointer. Another three for Dallas. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Thomas. Boy, was he something else against Dallas. Horford gets the bucket.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Let's hope that's never the plan, and certainly not this early in the game. You don't want to let him get on a roll. That can make a long night for you.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Horford. Jerebko comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Rozier in for Isaiah Thomas. Free throw no good for Bogut.
An NBA all-rookie first team, and then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
Here's Jerebko. Here's Zeller, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
First trip to the line for him here. And that one falls for Zeller. Anderson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And so Zeller nails both of them.
Among the league's big men, he stands out for his free throw shooting. He's always steady there.
From 13, rebounded by the Celtics.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Outside Bradley. Rozier the pass to Brown. He feeds it to Zeller. Shot clock at 6. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
The first free throw is good. And so Zeller nails both of them. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Barea. It's stolen. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's the Celtics up by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
They've got Anderson. Matthews out there with Curry. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Powell in at center. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Doris, so many great shooters right now in the NBA. A lot of players can hit from deep. Who in your book is the best of that great group.
Well, I think obviously the Splash Brothers come to mind. I actually think Clay is a more textbook pure shooter than Steph, but
Good
I mean
point.
both terrific accuracy. Kyle Korver obviously led the league in three-point percentage for a long time. Then you think of the sweet shooting big men. Dirk Nowitzki comes to mind, Kev.
There really is not a set way to shoot because these guys all shoot differently. Clay shoots much differently than Ray Allen, who shoots differently than Steph Curry.
Ray Allen, just the classic, he likes to say I'm OCD. Like, oh, the perfection. Every piece of it had to be perfect. So, yeah, it just depends on how you grew up.
Great way to put it. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one thing you've heard over the years about Amir Johnson is that his box score stats may not wow you, but they belie his impact on the court. Coach Brad Stevens said he just knows how to play both ends. He makes easy plays with the ball, and then on the defensive end, he makes everyone better. Indeed, a two-way impact player, Kevin.
He's a plus-minus standout, DA. Thank you. Well, Isaiah Thomas, a first-time All-Star in 2016, only the second player in NBA history, 5'9" or shorter, to merit that honor. I didn't know that.
Yeah, following in the footsteps of the legendary Calvin Murphy. And for a guy taken with the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft, Thomas no longer Mr. Irrelevant. Another step in his quest to become the best under 6-foot basketball player to ever lace him up.
Here's Thomas after Dirk Nowitzki's bucket. 4 on the shot clock. That one goes. Count it. Thomas got the lead up to 3 now for the Celtics.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
He really has to get it off that quickly. Any hesitation when you're giving up that kind of size, it's almost sure to get blocked.
Now here's Curry. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Puts up a 3. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Barnes. And that'll tie this game up.
Well, you have got to love the focus of Dirk. Even with defenders all around him, he sinks these shots consistently.
Here's the screen from deep. Thomas kept alive by Boston. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Curry against Thomas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Thomas. Picked by Horford. Thomas dishes to Smart. 1 second left. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Rick. What do you like about how your team is playing tonight?
Our shot making was there. We're not turning it over. We're doing a pretty good job defensively, but a long way to go.
Rick, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, they spent a lot of time away from the basket offensively. They need to get in the paint, Ernie. Whether it's running the offense through the low post or on dribble drives, pick and rolls, get into the paint.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back to Big D. A terrific look at this urban mecca deep in the heart of Texas, Dallas, Texas. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
You know, he's getting the ball in a place where he can do something with it, and he hasn't had to force one thing. The game seems like it's coming to him naturally.
Dallas has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Amir Johnson is out there with Smart. And it's Horford in at the 5 down low.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Smart. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Picked by Horford. Thomas outside. It's hauled in by Bogut.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
That's the frustrating thing. He works so hard to get the open shot, and then you can't make it.
Now here's Barnes. 9 points in the game so far. For the 3. Thomas's shot is off. The Mavericks leading.
Well, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle, one of the most respected minds in the game. He was a role player for a couple of seasons with the championship Celtics in the 80s, and he's always had a mind for the game, no doubt.
And here's Barnes for 3. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Barea kicks to Barnes. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 4 assists in the game.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success.
And Rick Carlisle, one of around a dozen people in NBA history to win it all as a coach and as a player.
Well, you think about their title back in 2011 with him at the helm. That earns respect beyond his intellect for the game, which, of course, is immense.
Celtics trail by 6. Thomas kicks to Horford. Back to Thomas. Pass to Horford. Feed to Bradley. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Thomas. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Boston shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That free throw good from Isaiah Thomas. And some changes here for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Rozier in for Marcus Smart. And both free throws good for Thomas.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Barea, the pass to Kerr. Back to Barea. Out to the wing. Anderson wide open. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Anderson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the paint. Outside for Thomas. Celtics passing it around. 32 seconds left in the third. Now here's Barea. Not a lot of room. Anderson dishes to Kerr. 17 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Barea. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. And now an 8-point Maverick lead.
And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead up.
You know, they've made every possession count and doing it for an extended period. This is nice.
And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks lead by 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Right now it's winning time, all right? Right now it's winning time. We got to make plays down there and down here.
Looking for the big push now, you can tell. Rick Carlisle asking his guys to take it up a notch, maybe finish this thing off.
Yeah, I mean, they've been fighting, scratching, and clawing here all night, but this is where you need to zero in and close the door.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Curry is out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Bogut. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Rozier. The dish now to Horford. Offensive rebound. Bradley kicks to Rozier. Dishes it to Horford. Bullseye! Horford's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Celtics. Barea with it. Stripped it away. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Rozier. And another basket for Boston. So it's the Mavericks now. It's a 1-point game. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Barea, the pass to Curry. Second shot opportunity. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. Marcus Smart's checked in for Terry Rozier. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
And they take the lead. And the Celtics lead by 1.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Oh, you have to love the spirit, the competition. In fact, it's so close right now, it's hard to say who has the advantage.
Now, here's Barea. Shoots a fader. Nowitzki, no good.
I love the recognition defensively. They know he can knock down that shot, and you stay right tight to him.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Matthews, no one around him. Drops in the tray.
Kevin, you have to love the mindset of Matthews. Always wants to score whenever he has the ball in his hands.
Smart dishes to Horford. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Barea with a wide open look. Offensive rebound Mavericks. Nowitzki. And it's off the back rim. No good. In the corner, Bradley with it. Here's Horford. It's good. A huge shot to tie it up.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
No, they don't. Showing some big-time heart on that shot.
Dallas calls timeout. Isaiah Thomas has checked in for Boston. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. This game is close, and he told his players, hey, guys, this is when it's fun, right? This is a close game, and this is when you get to show what you're made of. Right here, right now. Kevin, we'll see how they respond.
All right, David, thanks. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Nowitzki. Sinks it.
Unfathomable. Unbelievable. He's still and always will be Dirk Nowitzki.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 2. 27 seconds left in the fourth. 27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Stick by Horford.
Yeah, he shot the ball well enough to keep his team even. Let's see if together they can elevate past that.
Dallas calls timeout. It's stolen by Johnson. It's stolen by Barea. And now Barea running the floor all by himself. And here's Bradley. No good from three-point territory. And the Mavericks call time here. And here's Matthews from the arc. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. Regulation is ended, and we're heading to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. overtime, just upon us as they get ready for the jump ball. So off the tip, it's Boston. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Smart is out there with Johnson. And it's Horford at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Curry. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them the lead.
You know, he couldn't make all of them, and they'll have to settle for just a one-point lead.
Dallas has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. There's the pick. Nowitzki outside. Shot off the pick. That shot off the mark. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Here's Johnson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. The first one, and that will put them up by 2. Dallas making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Barea kicks to Barnes, and stolen by Horford. Thomas against Barea. Outside Bradley. Feeds it to Thomas. Back to Bradley. It's in!
You know, the basket is good, but it's all about the assist there. That pass led him to just the right spot on the floor.
They set the pick, and it's Nowitzki at the elbow. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, Kevin, these are the times when they need Nowitzki, and he has outstanding feel for these moments.
Barea against Thomas. Feet away, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
Free throw good from Thomas.
Oh, and he caps that off in style. He gets the finish with the harm. Huge possession there to extend the lead.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 5. 30 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Guys, what do you think?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can strive for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
And so here is Dallas, trailing by 5. The pass to Nowitzki. Fades and shoots. And Boston with the rebound. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
At the line for Celtics, Isaiah Thomas. At the line for 2.
2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, they have to be feeling a little bit more comfortable after the free throws add to their lead.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 7. 19 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. What's your take, guys?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
No question. This is a teaching moment. They're just trying to come out of this with something positive.
On its way from Curry for 2. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it.
Here's Rozier, and so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Al, congrats. Tough game tonight. When do you think you guys really locked in and started taking control of the game?
It all started the second half. We didn't do a good job the first half. We let them hang around. But, you know, at least we reacted better the second half. This is one of those games that we just had to, you know, will our way to win this.
A lot of games like that, you have to kind of just grind out, Al. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Isaiah Thomas. He's their go-to guy for a reason. You saw exactly why tonight. Just another memorable performance from one of the game's best players. Let's get your opinion, Kenny.
He hit a little over half of his shots tonight. I thought he showed a lot of patience, he made good decisions, and he had good look. Obviously, it paid off.
Listen, Ernie, I don't know if the opposing fans got him riled up or what, but he was out for blood tonight. Shaquille O'Neal, man, he had intensity at his all-time high. He looked like a different player than we're used to seeing.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.